Hi students, this is Yashwant, your maths teacher, and welcome back to this video classes. So in the previous video, we completed the introduction of polynomials. I hope you understood. So in this video, I'm going to teach geometrical meaning of the zeros of a polynomial. So what is the zero of a polynomial? Already you know, in the previous video, we are discussed on this. What is zero of a polynomial? At which x value the polynomial value is 0, that x value we are taken as zero of a polynomial. Okay, that means a real number k is a zero of a polynomial f of x if f of k is equal to 0. Here what is the meaning of f of k? It presents the polynomial value at x is equal to k. So if f of k is equal to 0, then the k is called the zero of a polynomial. Okay, so to understand the meaning of geometrical meaning of the zeros of a polynomial, first we have to learn the geometrical representation of linear polynomial and quadratic polynomial. Okay, now let us observe the geometrical representation of linear polynomial. That means the graph of a linear polynomial. Already you know. So you draw some graphs of linear polynomials in the previous classes. So what is the graph of a linear polynomial? Yeah, it's a straight line. Okay, for linear polynomial, the graph of y is equal to ax plus b, a not equal to 0 is a straight line. Okay, so to understand this, let us take one example. Here we have an equation y is equal to 3x plus 6. Actually we are discussing about the polynomials, sir. Why you are taken an equation? It is very simple. Here the polynomial is 3x plus 6 and the value of this polynomial is represented with y. That's why we are using equal to relation. That's why here I said an equation. Here what is the mean of y? It presents the value of this polynomial 3x plus 6 polynomial at one particular x value. Okay, so here I am finding different values of x, the corresponding values of y. They are 0 6 minus 1 3 minus 3 comma 3. Just it is very simple. In the given polynomial, replace that x by to the real number 0 and you get y value. X is equal to minus 1, y is equal to 3, x is equal to minus 3, y is equal to minus 3. Now plot these points one by one on a graph paper as shown and join them. You get a straight line. Okay, and from this straight line, how to identify the zeros of that polynomial? It is very easy. Just observe the straight line and identify the coordinates of the point which intersects the x-axis. Yeah, this straight line intersects the x-axis at minus 2 comma 0. Okay, so in these two coordinates minus 2 comma 0, in these two coordinates the first coordinate is presents the values of x and the second coordinate is presents the values of y. And already in the previous section I told one thing. What is that? The values of y are presents the values of polynomial at the particular x value. Here see, minus 1 comma 3 means the value of 3x plus 6 at x is equal to minus 1 is 3, and minus 3 comma minus 3 means the value of this polynomial at x is equal to minus 3 is minus 3. And what about this minus 2 comma 0 means the value of this polynomial at x is equal to minus 2 is 0. That means at this particular x value the polynomial value is 0. So what is the 0 of this linear polynomial? That is minus 2. Hence, how to identify the 0 of a polynomial? It is very easy. At which point the graph intersects the x-axis, the x coordinate of that point we are taken as 0 of a polynomial. And here what is the 0 of this polynomial 3x plus 6? It is minus 2. In case if you have any doubt, already you know algebraic methods how to find the 0 of a polynomial. So in that methods, one method is trial and error method. That means in the place of x, you can take different x values and find out the polynomial's values. At one particular x value, you get 0 and identify that x value. That is trial and error method. Or you can use algebraic methods. How to use that algebraic methods? It is very simple. Just equal this polynomial to 0 and transpose the terms to right side like this. If 3x plus 6 is equal to 0, then it gives x is equal to minus 2. That means 3x is equal to minus 6, x is equal to minus 6 by 3, it is equal to minus 2. So x is equal to minus 2. So therefore 0 of a polynomial of 3x plus 6 is equal to 0 is minus 2. Actually 3x plus 6 equal to 0, that is wrong. 0 of polynomial of 3x plus 6 is minus 2. Okay, here also we get the same answer. The straight line intersects the x-axis at minus 2 comma 0. The x coordinate of that point is minus 2. And here we will remember one most important point, that is the graph of a linear polynomial is straight line. Okay, so it's this straight line intersects the x-axis at exactly one point. In case if it is not intersect, if you are extend that straight line, it must intersect. That means every linear polynomial has exactly 1 0 value. Okay, if that linear polynomial is in the form of ax plus b and a is not equal to 0, that is the most important. If a is equal to 0, it is not a linear polynomial, it is a constant polynomial. In that case, we get a straight line parallel to the x-axis. Okay, in that case also we get a straight line, but here we are not taking that. Why? Because that is not a linear polynomial. Why? Because here there is no x term. If a is equal to 0, that means the x coefficient is 0. Okay, so this is the graph of a linear polynomial, and we go to the graph of a quadratic polynomial. Just observe. Let us draw the graph of a quadratic polynomial x square minus 5x minus 6. Let us take this polynomial as y. Y is equal to x square minus 5x minus 6. Here y presents the value of that polynomial in that particular x value. So for various values of x, the corresponding values of y are minus 2 8, minus 1 0, 0 comma minus 6, 1 comma minus 10, 2 comma minus 12, 5 comma minus 6 and 6 comma 0. So to find these y values, simply you replace that x value, you replace x by the given real number and then you get y value. Now plot these points one by one as shown and join them. You get a curved line. So geometrically here we are given one name for this curved line, that is parabola. This curved line we are called a parabola. It's look like U, the English alphabet U. Okay, and this parabola is a open figure, it's not a closed figure. And in this parabola the open part is in up, so that's why it is open upwards. In some parabolas the open part comes down, so this is parabola open downwards, this is parabola open upwards. So at which cases we are getting the parabola like this, in which cases we get the parabola like this. It is very simple, it's completely depend on the coefficient of the highest degree term. In a quadratic polynomial, what is the highest degree term? Yeah, that is x square. If the quotient of x square is positive, means its value is greater than 0, the parabola is open upwards. If it is less than 0, that parabola is open downwards. Simply, what is the general form of quadratic polynomial? X square plus bx plus c. If a is greater than 0, the parabola open upwards. If a is less than 0, the parabola is open downwards. It is very simple. And observe this graph. Yeah, here x square coefficient is positive, so that's why this parabola is open upwards, and this parabola intersects the x-axis at two distinct points, minus 1 comma 0 and 6 comma 0. Okay, what are the x coordinates of these 2 points? -1 and 6. So they are the zeros of this quadratic polynomial. In case if you have any doubt, just replace that x by -1. No doubt you get 0. Replace that x by 6. No doubt you get 0. That means at these two values, the value of this quadratic polynomial is 0. Now I have one doubt. That is, in every case, that means when you take any quadratic polynomial, you get two zeros. You got two zeros. That is my doubt. Just think. I will explain it. See this figure? See these two graphs? Here the graphs cuts x-axis at two distinct points, a and a dash. So the x coordinate of a and a dash are the two zeros of the quadratic polynomial ax square plus bx plus c in this case. Yes, two parabolas are intersect the two different points, a and a dash, a and a dash. So these two polynomials, these two quadratic polynomials have two zeros. Okay, now observe the second case. Here observe the two graphs. The graphs cuts the x-axis at exactly 1 point. That means just the parabola touches the x-axis and it comes back. So in this case, this quadratic polynomial have how many zeros? It has only 1 zero. The x coordinate of a is the only zero of the quadratic polynomial ax square plus bx plus c in this case. Okay, I think you have doubt, sir. You are drawing parabola like this, na? So in case this curve comes back, what happened? Like this. If it comes like this, then what happened? And you remember one thing. Once the parabola takes the U-turn, it does not comes back. That is the most important point. That means this parabola presents the values. What are the changes of values of polynomial at that particular x values? Here you observe, when you move on x side, right side, when you move on x axis, right side, what are the changes we observe in the values? They are increased. So in case when you move on y axis on top, what are the changes we observe on y values? They are also increased. Let us observe the parabola. So the parabola comes like this. That means the values of x are increased. The y values are also increased. Okay. So at this point, and that means at one particular x value, the y coordinate is 0, and again you are increasing the x values, but the graphs comes down. That means the y values are decreasing. X values are increasing, still they are going, but the y values are decreasing. Once you observe this change, it does not comes back. Okay, in this case also, here x values are increasing, the y values are decreasing, and reaches one least value and it's go back. That means the x values are increasing, y values are also increasing. Okay, this is the one of the most important property of the parabola. Once the parabola reaches the least or the highest values, again it does not comes back. So in these two graphs, the parabola intersects the x-axis at exactly 1 point. That means it touches the x-axis at 1 point only. That means this quadratic polynomial has only 1 0. So this is the second case, and see the third case. Here the graph is either completely above the x-axis or completely below the x-axis. So it does not cut the x-axis at any point. That means how many zeros are there? There is no zeros in this case. Okay, in the last section I am already told this point. Once if reaches the one least value, that means if you are observe this change on a graph, again you are not observing that same change in that parabola. Okay, that means it does not comes back like this. It is not possible. That is the property of parabola. Actually, you are discuss this these properties of parabola in the further classes. That means in +1, +2. That is a different thing. Okay, but in this case, yes, this parabola does not intersect the x-axis at any point. That means this quadratic polynomial has no zeros. No zeros means, here you think one thing. No zeros means, what is the biggest number collection in our biggest number collection in our number system at present? That is the real numbers. That means in this real number set we cannot exist the zeros of that quadratic polynomial. Okay, so these are the graphs of a linear polynomial and a quadratic polynomial. So from these graphs, what you observe once we revise. So from the graphs we can observe that the graph of a linear polynomial p of x is equal to x plus b and a not equal to 0 is a straight line, and the graph of a quadratic polynomial p of x is equal to x square plus bx plus c, a is not equal to 0 is a parabola which open upwards like shape u if a is greater than 0. The graph of a quadratic polynomial p of x is equal to x square plus bx plus c, a not equal to 0 is a parabola which open downwards if a is less than 0. So these 2 points are most important for objectives. Okay, if the quotient of x square is greater than 0, the parabola open upwards. If the quotient of x square is less than 0, then the parabola open downwards. By seeing the graphs, we are identifying the number of zeros of a polynomial. That is also we recall number of zeros of a polynomial. So a linear polynomial p of x is equal to x plus b, where a not equal to 0 has exactly 1 0, namely the x coordinate of the point where the graph of y is equal to x plus b intersect x axis. Actually here we are presenting that coordinates. Ax plus b, y is equal to ax plus b intersects the x axis at minus b by a comma 0. Its x coordinate is minus b by a. So what is the 0 of this polynomial ax plus b? That is minus b by a. Okay, and a quadratic polynomial p of x is equal to ax square plus bx plus c and a not equal to 0 can have at most 2 zeros. Here we observe at most, that means this quadratic polynomial has maximum 2 0 values. Sometimes we get 1 0 value, sometimes we get 0 zeros. That means the some quadratic polynomial has no 0 values. That means the parabola does not intersect the x-axis at any point. Okay, in the same way, when you take a cubic polynomial, actually we are not discussed that cubic polynomial in this section, but just we remember, when you take a cubic polynomial, it is very easy. A cubic polynomial p of x is equal to x cube plus bx square plus ax plus d, a not equal to 0, can have at most 3 zeros. Here also maximum it exists 3 0 values. Sometimes 2 are exist, sometimes 1 are exist, sometimes we cannot exist any real zeros of this cubic polynomial. I think you have a doubt. So what is the shape of the graph of a cubic polynomial? So we are not defined any shapes. Actually the graph comes like waves, you know the waves. So it comes like this. Okay, and it has maximum 3 zeros, at most 3 zeros. By depending on this concept, here we conclude one most important point, that is a linear polynomial has 1 0 value, a quadratic polynomial has at most 2 zeros, and a cubic polynomial has at most 3 zeros. In the same way, when you take nth degree polynomial, it has how many zeros? It's very simple, at most n zeros. Similarly, a polynomial of degree n can have n zeros. Okay, so here we are discussing all the polynomials: linear polynomial, quadratic polynomial, cubic polynomial, and nth degree polynomial. I think we missed one polynomial. Can you guess? Yeah, that is a constant polynomial. So what are the zeros of a constant polynomial? Already we discussed this point. So what is the zero of a constant polynomial? What is the graphical representation of a constant polynomial? It comes a line parallel to the x-axis. It does not intersect the x-axis. That means it has no zeros. That means a non-zero constant polynomial has no zeros. So this is the second concept of your second chapter, polynomials. So based on this concept, here we have one exercise. Let us complete that. See, exercise 2.1. The graphs of y is equal to p of x are given in figure 2.10 below for some polynomials p of x. Find the number of zeros of p of x in each case. Let us see the first figure. What is the graph of the first figure? It is a straight line, but it does not intersect the x-axis. That means it has how many zeros? Yeah, no zeros. That means it has 0 zeros. Okay, and observe the second graph. So in case when you draw the graph of a cubic polynomial, it comes like this, like waves. Okay, so this graph intersects the x-axis at how many points? 1 point. Yeah, it has 1 0 value. And see the third figure. The graph intersects the x-axis at how many points? 1, 2, 3. So it has how many zeros? 3 zeros. And observe the fourth one. Yes, this is the graph of a quadratic polynomial. Why? Because here we clearly define the shape of that figure. It's look like U. So it is a parabola. Comes only on quadratic polynomials. So it intersects the x-axis at how many points? Yeah, 1, 2 points. So how many zeros are there? 2 zeros. And fifth graph. It intersects the x-axis at how many points? 1, 2, 3, 4. So it has how many zeros? Yeah, 4 zeros. And observe the sixth one. So it intersects the x-axis at how many points? 1. Here it does not intersect, but it touches the x-axis. 1, 2, 3. So how many zeros are there? There are 3 zeros. So this is the graphical representation of this is the geometrical meaning of the zeros of a polynomial. Okay, so here I will stop this video, and next concept will continue in the next video. So thank you for watching.